On a picture-perfect fall day here in Newark, Delaware, it's the CAA title game at Rulo Stadium on the campus of the University of Delaware, and a rematch of last year's title game as top-seeded Delaware takes on the 2-seed William & Mary for the conference championship and an automatic bid for the NCAA tournament. Hello, everybody. Alongside former women's national team member Katie Evans, I'm Corey Naito. We're getting set for the championship game here in Delaware as the top two teams in the tournament advance thanks to impressive performances on Friday, Katie. Delaware erased an early 1-0 deficit by JMU, went on to score 8 consecutive goals. Greta Knock with 3 of them. We'll touch on her in a little bit, but those 8 goals, a very impressive offensive performance by the Blue Hens.
And yeah, Delaware came out a little slow, but then eventually got it all together and found a way to put 8 goals in, which is pretty impressive. It just shows the mental strength that this team has to come back and fight through to get back to their game and know how they play.
Take a look at some of these goals here by Delaware. First, it was Tessa Verwyen tying it up for the Blue Hens, and that really got the ball rolling. Delaware's offense certainly aggressive. Another goal there, very nicely done by Pia Freudenberger. And then Delaware just never looked back after that, took advantage of a very inexperienced James Madison University team, and it was Greta Knock leading the way with 3 goals. Really impressive performance by the standout athlete.
She's such a special player, and she really has an impressive ability not only to be dangerous in passing, but also when she's dribbling on the ball as well. So she's just a player out there that draws a lot of attention, can get the job done, whether it's passing to a teammate or finishing it herself.
There she was with that penalty stroke, and then Delaware just kept the offensive attack going. And another goal there by Delaware. For William & Mary, it was a little bit of a different story. They were able to blank Northeastern 2-0, really relying on defense, but certainly got timely goals as well. And the one was on penalty corner. William & Mary really took advantage of a lot of shots, Katie.
They did. They're a very good team, and they're very poised, very patient, but they can also capitalize on the mistakes that their opponents make.
That last goal coming from Woodard Hooper right here. It was a heck of a shot, and then Delaware will have to take on this William & Mary Tribe team who bent but did not break. That goal there by Hooper was quite impressive. I know, Katie, you were really impressed with that shot.
It's just a lot of athleticism, which is amazing to finish, especially in such a high-pressure situation like that corner was.
Delaware leading this all-time series against William & Mary 17-8, including a 5-1 mark in CAA postseason play. We mentioned these two teams battling for the title game a year ago, where the Blue Hens took care of business and won 3-0 en route to its 5th consecutive CAA title. The Blue Hens, the top seed here at home, looking for 6 straight. Let's get you the starting lineups quickly here for William & Mary. A very talented freshman goalkeeper, Kimmy Jones, will be in the cage. Jenny McCann, Annie Sneed, Ashley Nottingham. Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, Christy Vandekamp, a junior midi from Virginia, will be one of the highlighted players, along with Estelle Hughes and Woodard Hooper, both leading the Tribe with 11 goals. You also have Kara Mangus, Georgia Morgan, and Haley Hopkins rounding out the order for the William & Mary Tribe. For Delaware, it will be Michaela Scanlon, a forward from Pennsylvania, a senior, Lauren Vink, Lotta DeKoning, Emily Kresha, Ellie Shepins, Lisa Hieseman, Kiki Bink, Sarah Horgan, who came back from a concussion, Greta Knock, we talked about 3 goals. She has been fantastic, certainly leaving her legacy here in Delaware. Tessa Verwyen, the CAA Rookie of the Year from the Netherlands, a freshman midfielder, and Sydney Rhodes will provide that goalkeeping experience as a senior. And Katie, you play in a lot of big games. What's the emotion like when you're lining up hearing your name called?
You get a lot of jitters, but I think both teams have a lot of strengths to them that will help them today. I think for Delaware, knowing that you have someone like Greta Knock on your side is a huge advantage. And then same thing for William & Mary. I think they showed a lot of poise and persistence in their last game, and I think that will serve them well against the test today against Delaware.
The teams being announced here at Rulo Stadium. Delaware 13-6 overall on the season, a perfect 6-0 in CAA. William & Mary 10-7, 5-1. Their lone loss coming against this Blue Hens team. We have the CAA title game coming up next. It's Delaware and William & Mary right here on CAA.TV. Here at Rulo Stadium on the campus of the University of Delaware, it is the CAA championship for for field hockey. At the top of the Delaware Blue Hens on William and Mary. Thanks for making us a part of your afternoon. A beautiful day here in the first day. I'm Corey Naito alongside Katie Evans. And Katie, these matchup, very important. Obviously, the winner gets an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, a rematch of the title game a year ago. Take a look at the tail of the tape as Delaware and William and Mary certainly very familiar with each other. And Delaware and William and Mary very good in terms of keeping the ball out of the goal. The top two teams in the CAA in terms of goals allowed per game.
Great defensive units on both teams, and so today will really just come down to who can take advantage of the mistakes that the other team makes. Just kind of waiting out their defense and then just trying to put the ball in the net when you get the opportunity.
It'll be an interesting sight to see. You have Sydney Rhodes, the very experienced goalkeeper for Delaware. Meanwhile, Kimmy Jones, a freshman goalkeeper, earning the CAA Co-Rookie of the Year. 3-0 win for Delaware a year ago. The Blue Hens with 8 goals on Friday against JMU to advance. William and Mary relied more on their defense against Northeastern in a 2-0 win. What do you expect from these two teams today?
I think William and Mary will come out strong again with great defense, and they'll really be tested today with forwards like Lotta DeKoning and Greta Knox. So they're really going to have to come today, work well as a team, and just shut those girls down. Delaware on the other side, they're just known for playing really fast and having great midfield transfers throughout their game. And like we talked about, with great forwards that can put the ball away, they're just incredibly dangerous.
The Blue Hens looking for their 6th consecutive conference title. Meanwhile, William and Mary looking for its first. They are 0-4 in championship games in program history. We're almost ready for field hockey. The Blue Hens giving high fives to all their teammates. Sydney Rhodes will be in the cage. William and Mary all set as well. It should be a good one here today, folks. Delaware a perfect 6-0 in conference play. William and Mary right behind the Blue Hens at 5-1. The lone loss for the Tribe coming against this Blue Hens team earlier this year, where Delaware won 4-2 at William and Mary, led by Tessa Verwyen, who was the CAA Rookie of the Year. Delaware with the center pass, and we are underway here in Newark, Delaware. Blue Hens, very aggressive. He raced an early 1-0 deficit against JMU on Friday. Answer with 8 consecutive goals to advance to the championship game. Pass in the circle. William and Mary trying to clear it out right now. Whistle blown there. Battling for it was Ashley Nottingham for William and Mary, a senior midi from Maryland.
Again, this is what you expect to see from William and Mary. Very poised over the ball, making good decisions, just keeping possession and working the ball around and through the Delaware defense.
Friday, it seemed that William and Mary worked very methodical, moving up and down the pitch. It wasn't pretty by any means at certain points, but able to get 2 goals to beat Northeastern.
Absolutely, and that kind of hockey takes a lot of patience because, you know, it's not always super glamorous, but they're keeping possession, working the ball around, and just, you know, waiting for their moment. And then when they choose to go, they really go and attack.
Delaware on the flip side can score in bunches. The 8 goals tying a program record in tournament play. William and Mary now trying to push it up. That's Chrissy Vandekamp, the CAA Defensive Player of the Year, trying to pass it up the field, and now Delaware gets possession. Nottingham with it. William and Mary looking for some separation. There's a lot of DeKoning stealing it away. And here come the Blue Hens. Pass getting away from Lisa Hieseman from Netherlands. Hieseman, one of 9 international players on this roster for the Blue Hens. Of course, the head coach, Rolf van de Kerkhoff, also from Netherlands. Really doing a great job recruiting and able to bring that international flair here to Delaware.
Definitely, and what Rolf does so well, and he and his coaching staff really believe in finding the right players that fit with our program. So, you know, he's not looking for internationals just to come in, just to win. He's really looking to build student athletes and create a great team.
William and Mary passes it out over the sideline, so it will be Delaware's possession. Laureen Vink, another native of the Netherlands, will hit it in with a side hit. And there is Tessa Verwyen, the CAA Rookie of the Year. Delaware with 6 players earning end-of-the-season awards.
Delaware's doing a great job right now just trying to, threaten in the attacking 25, but they're just making some careless turnovers that, once they start to settle in the game, that will start to change.
JMU jumped out early against Delaware. Thought maybe the Dukes would give the Blue Hens a bit of a fight, but it was an impressive showing by the fight in Blue Hens. Greta Knock with 3 goals. There's a pass into the circle. Defended nicely by William & Mary. It goes the other way. Beautiful day here in the First State. Katie, you played a lot of hockey. Is this the ideal weather for field hockey?
Perfect. Nice and cool. No rain. It's a great day for hockey. Perfect fall day.
Winner earns the title and an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Delaware won the national title back in 2016. Back and forth we go here in the first half.
You can see William & Mary's defense is doing so well. Where I would love to see them take more advantage is once they intercept the ball, connect and get that ball back over the 50 to go really on the attack. But you can see these interchanges are just putting Delaware in a better position to counterattack back down at William & Mary.
Delaware has been in William & Mary's territory for the most part since the game started. Looking for an opening. Pass goes wide. Looked like it was Verwyan trying to find a teammate in the circle. Whistle blown.
So the ref is just asking for William & Mary to make sure they're 5 yards away.
The free hit coming with Verwyan. 5'5" freshman. Fantastic season. Scored a goal to tie it up in Friday's match. Has 7 on the season.
So that's where Delaware is so dangerous. A lot of their players have outstanding vision. So for Kiki Bink, who's their center back, to be able to thread the ball through the midfield and find a forward in the circle who turns the ball into a corner, that's a great situation.
Delaware, first legitimate scoring opportunity here today. A corner penalty coming. William & Mary has been solid in corners this year. Here's the replay. Now Delaware will try, and here's the insert coming. There's a shot, and a great save by the goalkeeper, Kimmy Jones. The freshman from Virginia Beach laying out and deflecting it. That was impressive.
Great corner execution by Delaware, and again, William & Mary's defense is so strong. They're doing a great job holding off Delaware even at this point in the game.
So Delaware had a shot, unable to connect, and now let's see what William & Mary can do. William & Mary, during the season in CAA, ranked 3rd on corner defense, 85.5%. Stopping 77 of 90 corners against, make that 78 of 91. That's pretty impressive. Delaware with the offensive-minded strategy, while William & Mary kind of waits it out a bit. Saw that against Northeastern. First goal of the game wasn't scored until about 3 minutes remaining in the first half. There's a good tackle by William & Mary. Goes over the sideline, however, and a change of possession. Sarah Horgan will hit it in. Good to see Sarah back. She suffered a concussion earlier this season. Had a solid game on Friday to help Delaware advance here to the title game. Ball rolls out of bounds. Here's the side hit. Goes to DeKoning, who now finds Verwyan, the freshman of the year. She weaves her way in, and it's poked away. William & Mary again getting it out of the circle. Running after it now is Woodard Hooper, tied for the team lead in goals with 11. She had 1 in the semifinal game Friday to help to beat Northeastern. Good tackle by Delaware, and it goes up the field. Back and forth so far, Katie.
Yeah, a lot, and that's where both teams just need to take better care of the ball. Lots of careless kind of turnovers, but I think it's just like you talked about earlier, that the championship game jitters, and each team will just start to settle in the more as the game goes.
Delaware looking for its 6th straight CAA title, trying to catch Old Dominion, the former conference team which won 8 straight championships from 1996 to 2003. Meanwhile, William & Mary looking to avenge their championship loss a season ago to Delaware right here on this field. Pia Freudenberger checking into the game, freshman forward from Germany. Took home 2 CAA Rookie of the Week awards. Scored her first career goal, a game-winning goal at number 24 Ohio State earlier this year. Here's a side hit from Nottingham. Part of the USA Field Hockey Futures program since 2011, a key member of this tribe team.
You know, my only concern for William & Mary is that they had such a tough game on Friday. Will that start to affect them, and is that part of the reason why there are some turnovers, just because they're fatigued from a tough game against Northeastern earlier?
It was tough on Friday, physical as well. We saw a couple of green cards, a yellow card as well. William & Mary able to persevere and beat Northeastern. The top 2 seeded teams in the tournament make the championship, and I think most of the fans in the CAA expected this matchup to be for the title game.
Definitely, and what makes it harder too is these 2 teams faced off last year, and you start to know your opponent, and you know what to expect with this game. So I think a lot of leadership will come into this game, and we'll see which team is really more prepared to execute it under this pressure.
Delaware trying to quickly turn it into the circle. Greta Knox pass goes wide for her intended teammate. Looked like it was Pia Freudenberger she was trying to connect with. Nottingham with a side hit. Ball back in play for William & Mary. Still no score here at Rouleau Stadium. 25-20 and counting here in the first half. There's Sneed. She was really busy Friday, and there's a big hit in the middle of the field. Sarah Horgan, who had that concussion, got the brunt of it. You can see she's wearing a mask for protective purposes, and here's the replay.
So number 18 from William & Mary was just sent off the field with a green card. So we'll see how Delaware takes advantage of this numbers up opportunity.
Another green card. William & Mary had a few in Friday's semifinal. Here comes the Tribe. Beautiful day here in the first state. Friday, there's a threat of rain, so the semifinals pushed up earlier in the afternoon. No worry about precipitation today.
Against William Mary's number 18, Caitlin McLean.
Caitlin McLean with the green card, so she will have to sit out. Delaware with one corner, the only shot today so far in this championship game.
William & Mary doing a great job right now handling Delaware. You wouldn't even know that they were number down.
Here's Estelle Hughes with the side hit, another standout player for William & Mary, 11 goals on the year. William & Mary has 2 goal scorers with 11 on the season, the only team in the conference to have double-digit scorers. Both teams just fighting for positioning and trying to get an opportunity to get a good shot. Femke Streen. Ball rolls into the corner.
Delaware just has to take better care of that ball. It's a great opportunity to switch fields, get it over to the left, and then a missed trap, and then poor defensive skills that give William & Mary an easy out.
There's Horgan running up the field, passing it all to the far side. Delaware gets it back, and it's Kiki Bink from the Netherlands. Has played in the last 6 games after returning from an injury. Try to pass it through the circle. Now the try pushing it. It's a breakaway here for William & Mary. Bink trying to defend it, and she loses control, and it was Woodard Hooper, a very dangerous scorer for William & Mary.
Great counterattack by William & Mary, and Kiki Bink doing a great job just to make a very skilled play, knock the ball off the end line. And now it's William & Mary taking the free hit coming in.
Nice job there by Bink. Hooper has played in every game this season, has lived all over the world, has lived in the Czech Republic and also Australia. Good crossing pass, but unable to connect was William & Mary, looking for a cat of days in the circle.
So dangerous with Delaware. They just need to mark up tighter because that's an excellent ball coming in from William & Mary.
Days was wide open, just unable to connect with the stick. It would have been a tough play for Sydney Rhodes to possibly save it in the cage.
Back in the game for
Delaware catches a break. Still no score here in the first. Strain dribbling it up. Is this what you expected so far in the championship game, Katie? Obviously, tough to come by with goals. We mentioned how good both teams are defensively. Only one shot really taken so far.
Yeah, and you know, William & Mary has an excellent defensive unit. I think what I'm more surprised at is Delaware trying to force it into such a good unit rather than just working the ball around and just being a little bit more patient in their attacking 25.
Definitely a different team Delaware is facing than the JMU Dukes.
Now the game for William & Mary, number 13,
fourth-seeded team snuck in, did JMU, but no match for Delaware. The Blue Hens took care of business 8-1 Friday. William & Mary again trying to push it up the pitch. Pass on the far sideline. Good tackle, and Delaware now has it. Blue Hens push it. In and out, trying to get towards the circle, a whistle blown.
Great job by William & Mary to stop that play.
Now in for Delaware,
just
number 5,
give Delaware the free
Kayla
hit rather
Scanlon.
than letting them come into the circle and build their attack.
Delaware trying to strike first. The top-seeded team playing on their home turf. Second straight season where they've been able to host the tournament. Ball gets past Delaware, and it will be William & Mary's possession.
Now back in for Delaware, number 21, Greta Knoll.
You know, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to wear down opponents, and I think Delaware has had a lot of possession, and they just need to keep building and just, you know, keep improving on their basic skills, because that's all that's letting them down right now. They're seeing the right things. They're working together as a unit really well. It's just that finishing piece they just need to keep building, and William & Mary is so tough. So sometimes it just takes a little bit longer, but they just have to stick to the game plan and then start to execute a little bit more.
Stolen away there by Sreen. Now moving it up is Michaela Scanlon, the senior forward. Poked away, and now William & Mary had it. Free hit here by Cassidy Goodwin. Far side where she finds Annie Sneed, who has 11 assists on the season, which ties the program record. William & Mary looking to try and score first. Blocked away, and now it's Delaware's turn. Really just kind of clearing it out of each circle right now, the name of the game for both teams.
Yeah, and these teams are good enough. They can start to really build their counterattack out of their defensive end rather than just hitting it over the sideline.
Hughes passes it towards the circle, but it's picked up by Greta Knock, the standout Blue Hen. You look up and down the Blue Hen record books and NCAA record books, you'll see Knock's name almost in every category.
And what's really impressive with Greta is that she's coming into this game with 196 points for her career. So, and only 25 players in NCAA history have gotten into 200s. So for Greta to have 196 points right now with points coming from 81 goals is outrageous. She's just a phenomenal player, and it's just left her mark on this program.
Knock had her 6th career hat trick Friday. She also had one in the CAA semifinals 2 years ago during the Delaware Blue Hens national title run. One of the best players in the CAA and in the country. Pass goes back near William & Mary's circle, trying to push it up. Good defense by Delaware, able to take over the possession. There's Ryan. trying to bobble it on her stick, but now it's William & Mary's ball. Off the foot of William & Mary. So now Delaware will get another free hit.
Back in for William & Mary, number 24, Georgia Morgan.
Still no score here in the first, under 18 minutes remaining. Knock, as we said right there on the screen, very impressive player. From Germany, CAA preseason player of the year. This ball is in the circle for Delaware, looking to threaten. Goes over the back line.
Ref calling a corner for that play, but really it started with great vision by Greta, who could thread the needle down the sideline with so much accuracy. And then Delaware just getting advantage of the ball that bounced off William & Mary's stick in the circle and drawing a corner.
Knock, two-time CAA Player of the Year in 16 and 2017. And then this year it was Lotta DeKoning taking home the award for Delaware. 3 straight years, Katie, the Blue Hens have had the best player in the CAA.
And it's amazing, and what's incredible is that they can work together so well. There aren't a lot of egos on this team, and just very strong leaders from the senior class.
Pia Freudenberger will be inserting it. Delaware came close on the first corner earlier in the half. This one not executed as well. Possession though for Delaware, and then a clear here by William & Mary.
It's a shame to lose that corner opportunity, especially against such a strong William & Mary defense. So when you get chances like that, it just has to be executed better.
Delaware has had 2 corners so far. William & Mary looking to take its first shot of the game.
Yeah, and on the flip side, William & Mary is doing such a great job. They look very poised on the ball. They're just working it around and just trying to find the openings around Delaware.
You mentioned the possibility of them being fatigued with that physical game played on Friday. Right now, they're stride for stride with Delaware, and here come the Tribe. Moving it up the field is Estelle Hughes. She has 11 goals on the season, kicks it out. Good defense by the Blue Hens. And now it's going the other way, in the middle of the pitch. Good move. Now it's passed over. Knock trying to track it down, and she won't be able to get to it.
Great counterattacking situation, though, by Delaware. It's a shame that it just was a little too far for Greta to get.
William & Mary able to get out of that situation. Now it's Hughes again, trying to weave her way through defenders. She does. Doesn't have numbers, and a good tackle there by Streen, but she gets called for the foul. So Hughes with the free hit. Hughes from Australia, one of 2 Aussies on this team. On the corner, it was Hooper. Now Delaware trying to get it out. For Wyan, the freshman of the year, rips it down, and it stays in the field of play all the way into William & Mary's territory. Good clear by Verwyan. These teams rematching from a season ago. Pretty low scoring affair there. Delaware won 3-0 to go to the NCAA tournament. An early exit, a tough overtime loss against Penn State. Greta Knock was battling there with Rachel Gant, a freshman midfielder. Talk about experience versus inexperience there.
Yeah, that would be a little intimidating.
Back in for William & Mary, number 7.
Over the back line, and then Lana Tomlinson was trying to corral it. Femke Streen with it. You think William & Mary is like a freshman like Gantz knows that she's going up against Greta Knock in a battle of possession?
Well, you hope that they don't think about it, because at the end of the day, it's just player for player, and you just have to play the situation instead of the person.
Pass goes up the far sideline. Delaware trying to continue their pressuring attack offensively. Coach Rolf Van de Kerkhoff said the key for his team this tournament to stay calm on both sides of the circle, offensively and defensively. So far, they've done that pretty good here today. Foul in the circle there. And William & Mary will have to be on the defense again for a corner.
Yeah, with someone like Greta Knock at the top of the circle, she's incredibly dangerous taking these corner shots. So William & Mary has to be really, really careful giving away these defensive corners.
Delaware trying to push it in the corner. And it looked like it was Chrissy Vandekamp, the Conference Defensive Player of the Year, called for the foul. So Delaware with its third corner of the day. 0 for 2 so far. Did have a good look on their first. Pia Freudenberger, native of Germany, and freshman will insert it. Passing gets away from Delaware. Tapped too hard by Laureen Vink, the freshman midfielder. Vink will now hit it in, gives it to Streen. A pass in the middle goes over to the far side. DeKoning right there on the screen. CAA Player of the Year this year. A fantastic sophomore campaign. 10 goals, including 1 Friday. Also an all CAA first team member as well. The Delaware roster very talented, but so is William & Mary's. We mentioned Woodard Hooper, Estelle Hughes, Christy Vandekamp, the Defensive Player of the Year. Delaware continues to try and push it through. Ball gets away from DeKoning. Delaware there, though, with Laureen Vink. Vink trying to get it away. William & Mary was pressuring. It was Tomlinson. He was all over the pitch right now, trying to get away from Knock. And a collision there between Knock and a Tribe player. Tangled up a little bit. Knock and Georgia Morgan. Morgan, a freshman midfielder from Australia.
Greta doing a great job to get that ball back for Delaware, and then with someone with that much skill, she just draws 3 William & Mary players that cause the foul.
Ball going the other way here for William & Mary.
You can see it's really William & Mary's defense that's making Delaware work so hard on attack to have to try and keep passing the ball around to find the openings. And to William & Mary's credit, that's what's causing them to make all these turnovers.
Second game for William & Mary, number 25, Haley Hopkins.
Haley Hopkins in the game now for William & Mary.
Also in the game, number 18.
Delaware and William & Mary, the top 2 teams in the tournament, battling it out here. It's been a struggle offensively so far between these two. William & Mary with the possession. The free hit goes out over the sideline. Too far wide there for Jenny McCann, this senior midfielder. Here's Horgan. Hits it in to side. Kiki Bink in the middle there, moving it up the pitch. Bink with 7 defensive saves at a career high 4 last year, which was good for 14th in the country. Ball in the corner, got stuck between 2 Tribe members. It was Ellie Shepins who had a goal late in the game Friday to help Delaware win 8-1. Pass over in the circle. Good look there by Knock, just unable to connect.
That's where Greta's so dangerous. You think you have her pinned in a corner, and somehow she gets this ball through to such an amazing position inside the circle.
Delaware going the other way here.
Delaware, number 11,
Under
Lisa
9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Still scoreless. Pass, now the ball's in the circle. The shot, and it's missed by Delaware. Michaela Scanlon was trying to hit it in the air, unable to connect.
Great job by William & Mary's goalie to step out and really smother that ball, make it really difficult for Delaware to finish.
Delaware trying to pressure here. Good defense, though, by William & Mary. Delaware looking for another opportunity. They've had 3 corners so far. Foul call. There's the free hit. DeKoning with it, trying to weave her way in and out, and it's picked off by William & Mary. The Tribe trying to go up the pitch quickly. Annie Sneed, a great facilitator. 11 assists on the season, looking to get the ball up the field. on the far sideline. We're trying to get the ball back. William & Mary very methodical and patient.
You can see Delaware's just sitting back more in their press. I think what they're trying to do is just draw the defense up so they have more room to counterattack behind them later.
William & Mary looking for their first opportunity to score. Had a few chances in the circle, but not really a good enough look. Morgan passes it down, and it's connected by Knock. But a great tackle made there by Christy Vandekamp, showing why she's the Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a great battle between those two. No one better to handle Greta Knock than Vanderkamp.
Delaware still trying to push it. It's in the circle near the back line.
William & Mary number 26, Ashley Drum.
William & Mary looking to clear it. It goes over the far sideline.
You can see Delaware's really settled into their attack now. They're making better decisions, being much more threatening over the ball.
Do you think Delaware has the advantage because of the experience they've had in the championship
On Friday night where they kind of coast 8-1. Also,
Salas said entering the year she thought this might have been more of a rebuilding year for a victory in the semifinals Friday over Northeastern.
together as a unit, moving the ball up and down the field.
Knock trying to get it towards the 25-yard line. Now it's poked away by Annie to the sideline. Poked away by Delaware. A side hit from the Australian. Rolls it over.
Down the game for Delaware number 6, Allie Pollock.
5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Struggle so far for both teams. As Katie mentioned, certainly expected with some championship jitters, but both teams starting to settle in here.
The danger is when you have all this attack, but you don't put the ball away, it allows William & Mary to build the belief that they can keep playing with you. And then all they need is one counterattack, and we've seen how dangerous they can be in that attacking 25.
Delaware certainly has the target on its back, the top seed, 5 straight conference titles. William & Mary, I'm sure, certainly remembers the tough 3-0 loss last year in the championship.
Yeah, a team like Delaware, you're always going to get every opponent's best game.
Ball stopped nicely by William & Mary before it goes over the back line,
Number 7,
but
Maureen
not
Bink.
quick enough. And Delaware will get the ball with sophomore backer Emily Crescio with the free hit.
Back in for William & Mary
Crescio
number
from
11,
Fredericksburg,
Rachel Gantz.
Virginia. Both parents, John and Deb, Division I athletes. Her dad, John, played baseball at Cornell. Her mom, Deb, swam at UNCW. Ball goes out of bounds. Sun still shining here at Rulo Stadium. Perfect weather for the championship field hockey game. Don't forget, fans, CAA.TV is your streaming home for the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Championship. CAA.TV is free and mobile friendly, so you won't want to miss a minute of the action. CAA.TV app is also available on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Android TV. Check it out today. I also have a lot of other great sporting events that you can watch through the app. Have a good one here in Newark, Delaware. Top 2 teams in the tournament battling it out. William & Mary trying to get it into the circle. Foul called off the leg of William & Mary. That was Woodard Hooper, the junior forward, who I mentioned tied for the team lead with 11 goals, unable to maintain possession. And Mary gets it back. Hughes passes it through towards the circle. Good defense by Delaware. Stream coming up the pitch.
Back in the game for Delaware,
Passes it to the
21,
far side.
Greta Knock.
Pass down the far sideline. Nicely done by Delaware. Blue Hens still pushing in the circle. Poked away momentarily by the try, but now battling for the possession. For Wyant, shoots, and she finds the back of the board for the game's first goal. The CAA Freshman of the Year, Tessa Verwyen, scores her 8th goal of the season and puts Delaware up front 1-0.
This is a great job to win that 50-50 ball. Lots of strength on it. Great vision. Gets her eyes up, sends the ball in.
Able to get it past the talented freshman goalkeeper Kimmy Jones, who won CAA Rookie of the Year. And Delaware leads 1-0 here in the championship game.
The Delaware goal scored by number 18, Femke Streen. The assist, number 7, Lorene Vink.
Great job by Delaware, because getting that goal before the end of the half really changes your mentality when you go into the locker rooms.
Delaware with the ball. They're saying the goal was tipped in, so it will be actually Femke Streen getting credit for the goal. Lorene Vink with the assist. So Streen with her 6th goal of the year. Delaware up 1-0 here in the title game. It was a good-looking shot for the Blue Hens, and as Katie mentioned, very important to try and take that advantage into halftime. A minute and a half away from intermission. Delaware has been in the territory of William & Mary a lot here in this first half. Shot over, and it misses wide of the cage, just left.
You can see finally getting that ball in the back of the net really has given Delaware a lot of confidence now. They're playing much better. They're coming up with the balls and getting great shots and opportunities in front of the cage.
A minute remaining here in the first half of the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Tournament and the championship game. William & Mary pushing it up with Kara Mangus. Mangus gives it off. Ball in the circle, trying to get across her. Now Delaware trying to get it out. Kick save there by the goalkeeper, Rhodes, but William & Mary will get its first corner.
Great job by William & Mary to come back down, not let that one goal count, or let Delaware rest now that they've gotten that goal up on them. They come back down the circle and really force that corner. Great job.
Here's another look at it again.
So Delaware made the initial save, and then William & Mary was able to come back down and get a second shot on goal. Sydney Rhodes cleared it into her own teammate, which caused the corner.
William & Mary with the best corner penalty scoring rate in the CAA, scoring nearly on 20% of its corners. Sneed with the insert. Looking to tie the game is William & Mary. The shot is deflected. Delaware able to spoil that scoring opportunity for the Tribe.
That's where William & Mary is so dangerous. They never stop fighting, and they're going to come down and take advantage of any mistake that you make, like they did down there to get a chance to get a corner and the shot on goal.
So the Tribe try to tie it up here at 1, but right now Delaware, the top seed in the tournament, leading it 1-0 thanks to a Femke Streen goal. And that will do it for the first half here in Newark, Delaware. Your score, Delaware 1, William & Mary 0. We'll be back with more championship field hockey on CAA.tv. Back here at Rulo Stadium, the field hockey championship game for the CAA. Top-seeded Delaware leading the number 2 seed William & Mary by a score of 1-0. And Katie, it's been really a struggle offensively for both teams, a lot of 50-50 chances.
Yeah, and especially for Delaware, they're coming up against such a strong William & Mary defensive unit. They just need to capitalize more on the opportunities that they are getting.
Delaware had 3 corners to William & Mary's 1. They looked good on 2 of the corners, and then Delaware able to get the goal from Streen, Femke Streen, the Netherlands product, and it was set up by Tessa Verwyen to get that goal right before the half. It's really a big struggle with the offense. You can see the defense is just really poking at it with some good tackles. And here is that shot set up by Verwyen, deflected over to Streen. That was a good look. So that was the goal for Delaware, and That is the difference right now in this title game. The Blue Hens up 1-0 on a sunny afternoon here in the first state. Picture perfect fall day. Thanks for making us a part of your afternoon. I'm Corey Naito alongside former U.S. Women's National Team member Katie Evans. And we're back at it here in Newark, Delaware. William & Mary looking for its first title in program history. Delaware, on the other hand, looking for its 6th straight.
Yeah, and if you're William & Mary right now, you have to keep playing strong defense. You can't let up. But you know they're getting some opportunities, capitalizing on Delaware's mistakes, and they just need to try and finish those opportunities.
Good pass there by Knock, trying to find the outlet. It was Lisa Hieseman trying to get possession. And Delaware will get a quick corner here to start the second half. Fourth corner for the Blue Hens. Take a look again at what William & Mary did.
So Delaware drawing the corner just by getting the foot of the William & Mary defender. Great job to come out of the half with that much intensity.
Another corner here for Delaware. It'll be Laureen Vink to insert. Delaware ready. And here it is. Stopped at the circle, and the shot, another save there. Beautifully done by that freshman goalkeeper, Kimmy Jones. CAA Rookie of the Year, along with Tessa Brewine, as you see on the field there for Delaware. Another opportunity, but the Blue Hens unable to capitalize.
Much better corner execution here, because Delaware's been struggling even just to get the stick stop. But again, the freshman goalie from William & Mary doing a great job in there.
Jones averaging just under 2 goals per game, saving 71% of the shots entering this tournament. She went 7-3 while in the cage, and showing why she was named co-rookie of the year in the conference. Delaware scoring late in the first half. They lead it 1-0 in the rematch of the title game from a year ago. Delaware with possession, pushing it up the pitch. Knock was trying to get it, was out of her reach. It goes the other way for the try. So what are some adjustments, Katie, that you think both teams need to make here in the second half?
For Delaware, they definitely need to keep more possession of the ball and have less unforced errors. Right now, they're just struggling to connect a lot, especially as they get closer to the goal, which is to be expected with a strong defensive unit from William & Mary. But on the other hand, William & Mary, they're very, very dangerous on their counterattack. So they just need to sit back, play strong defense, and then when they counterattack, just get the ball up there and trying to create corners and shots.
Pass into the circle, the shot by Delaware off the mark. Another aggressive style of play here for the Blue Hens. Take another look.
Great reception, great opportunity. Just, you know, an unfortunate connection on the ball.
Michaela Scanlon was there. Her mother and sister and aunt, all UD graduates. William & Mary looking to tie the game up here, down by a single goal. They scored 2 in the semifinal game on Friday in a very physical game against Northeastern. Delaware erupting for 8 unanswered against JMU to start off the tournament. William & Mary now trying to get it down, and a wide pass there off the stick of Estelle Hughes. Hamilton pushing it the other way now. Will try and reset. Bink over. Slaps it over to the far side. For Wyan, who helped set up that shot and goal near the end of the first half. Getting the ball up the field. Knock right there as well. It's poked away by William & Mary.
I think Greta's been pretty quiet this game, so William & Mary's done a good job, you know, not letting her get going, but at the same time, I think Delaware's got to start finding her the ball and getting it to her so that she can start to do more work for them.
Knock had a hat trick on Friday. As you said, has been around the ball, but hasn't really had many scoring opportunities here against William & Mary. The Tribe with the possession, trying to get it into the circle. Passed over. Delaware trying to get it out, and they cannot. It's a foul in the circle, and William & Mary will get its first corner here in the second half.
You know, with so many Delaware defenders around the ball, that ball can't pop through like that. So great job by William & Mary, and this is the persistence that we would expect from them, especially after watching the Northeastern game this weekend.
There's Kara Mangus trying to get it through the circle. One of 5 family members to play collegiate sports. Sneed will insert it for the Tribe, looking to tie it. Delaware trying to get it out. William & Mary fighting for it. Out in front of the cage, diving is Rhodes. Good job by Delaware to sniff that out. Another corner here, but here's Delaware snuffing out the first.
We saw how dangerous William & Mary was against Northeastern with their corners, especially because their striker would do a good job eliminating off the dribble. So Delaware did a great job settling down that play.
The Tribe, the best scoring team on penalties this year in the CAA. And that shot misses. It's deflected by Delaware, but William & Mary still with possession. Estelle Hughes with it. She wants a foul. Can't believe she didn't get one. Morgan there with the defense. Here's another look at it. Morgan was going after it. Still though, William & Mary with another opportunity here. This is what you wanted through the Tribe.
Absolutely, and you can see they're doing a great job just keeping the pressure on Delaware. And just, you know, the more corners you can get, the more shots you can get, the better things will fall in your favor.
Coach Ellis from William & Mary said her team needs to play just like that, a team, to try and win this championship. Another corner, Delaware able to get it out, and the Blue Hens with Sarah Horgan, and she gets tripped up. Horgan's stick fell out of her hand, puts the mask back on. Emily Kresho with the side hit, but here's another look as Horgan was able to get tripped up, and Delaware gets possession.
I'm very impressed with Horgan because for someone coming back from a concussion injury, you would expect them to be a little tentative, but she doesn't play tentative at all. She's very strong out there on defense.
Well, it was a big addition for Delaware's defense heading into the tournament after she missed significant time due to that concussion. Under 28 minutes remaining here in the title game. Delaware up by 1 on a Femke Stream goal late in the first half, and that has been the difference. But William & Mary here in the second half, Katie, putting a lot more pressure on Delaware.
Absolutely. They're doing so well on attack and really causing Delaware to have to pick up their defensive game. William & Mary is so dangerous, and Delaware just needs to weather this storm, calm everyone down, and just get back to what they were doing in the first half.
Another look here with William & Mary trying to get that pass in towards the goal, and a little bit of a collision between a handful of players. Kiki Bink was in the middle of that. Ball rolls over the sideline. Will be possession for the Tribe. Caroline Arrowwood, senior defender, with the side hit. Haven't seen her much today. Has played in 17 games this year, making 3 starts. Moving it up is Chrissy Vandekamp on the U21 national team. Katie, impressed by Vandekamp so far this tournament.
Absolutely, and I think what's great is you have someone like Vandekamp who's so strong, but you also have solid players around her like Annie Sneed and then Goodwin behind her. So the 3 of them make a really powerful trio working the ball out of the backfield for William & Mary.
Hawk trying to tackle it away from Estelle Hughes, unable to do so without getting called for a foul. Pass bounces into the middle of the field. Battling for it was Delaware. Now Blue Hens try to quickly turn up the field, but the pass gets past Pia Freudenberger.
When you've lost momentum of the game and it's shifted to the opponent's side, you really have to make sure when you do win the ball that you don't turn it over right away. Otherwise, all the momentum that you could get back has now stayed with the other team.
Arrowwood with the ball. It gets past her sick. A very versatile player. Played every position in field hockey during her high school career. Blue Hens now trying to double up their lead. Crescio with it, moves it over the middle of the bank. Now Crescio with it again. Tackle there, but Crescio maintains possession. Kicks it over and it will roll over the back line.
Good opportunities by Delaware. We just need to get more out of those situations. But again, William & Mary's credit, they're so strong defensively. They're really making Delaware work to earn this.
Hughes has the ball hit off of her stick on the little flick pass. Crescio now with it again. Delaware looking to threaten after William & Mary was threatening on the other end of the pitch for quite some time to start the second half. Foul called. Looks like Greta Knock a little nicked up there. She's hobbling. Her left knee looks to be a bit injured. Leaning on her stick right now. Have to make sure she's all right if you're Delaware.
Yeah, that's not the person that you want to see hobbling. It looks like she's doing well. Back in the action.
Knock with it right outside the circle. Had 3 goals Friday. She shoots over and a kick save by the freshman, Kimmy Jones. Boy, she is impressive.
That's a fantastic shot and a fantastic save by this goalie. Greta at a great angle, rips the ball across, and an amazing read by this freshman goalie.
Kimmy Jones split the season with Morgan Connor and then named the co-rookie of the year, and she's showing why. That was impressive. Good-looking shot, as you said, by Greta Knock. Said that she was quiet earlier in the game, trying to make a difference and help add to her team's lead. Arrowwood moving it up, and it's poked out of bounds. A good defensive play by Crescio, but unable to maintain the ball. Estelle Hughes, the Australian native, trying to weave her way up, and turnover for William & Mary. Delaware trying to play the numbers game. The pass gets past Freudenberger. A free hit, though, coming here for the Blue Hens. Delaware trying to get the momentum back. Pass goes near side of Crescio, who needles it down towards the near sideline. Pia Freudenberger with it, kicks it out. William & Mary's defense has been stellar this tournament, holding Delaware right now to just 1 goal. Tribe with it, looking to clear. Back and forth. It's been a struggle, but Delaware continuing to be aggressive on the offensive front. There's Ellie Sheppin. She passes it through the circle, and a late attempt there by Delaware by the pipe from Laureen Vink, the freshman, seeing it last second, just unable to make contact.
That's a great ball in, and it comes from just a lot more patience in the midfield, working the ball around the defensive unit rather than trying to always go through them.
Knock with it, looking to find the back of the boards. In the circle, she takes it, and it's a foul called against Greta Knock.
That's a really tough call, but what you like to see from this is that Greta's getting more invested in this game and is really picking up her intensity.
There's the look at it again on the foul from Knock. She was not happy with it as she was trying to make her way to the cage. Delaware up by 1. A little over 21 minutes remaining here in the championship game. Streen, who scored the game's lone goal with the ball on the far side, she hits the turf, tangled up with the Tribe defender. Looked like it was Arrowwood. Here comes William & Mary. And a corner called.
So that's a really tough call because Kiki got under the play, did a really good job, but you'll see that she knocks the ball out of bounds on the end line. So that's going to be a corner right away from any ref.
Delaware holding on to the lead, but William & Mary much more aggressive here in the second half. It'll be the 5th corner for William & Mary. 1 more now than Delaware. Good amount of fans from William & Mary made the trek up here to the First State, getting loud here at Rouleau Stadium. Cassidy Goodwin, the junior midfielder from Virginia, will insert it. William & Mary looking to tie it. The pass over. And the shot is in, and that ties it up. William & Mary executes on the corner, and we have a new game, all knotted at 1 goal apiece.
Really great corner execution by William & Mary. Nothing fancy. They draw the flyer over to the slip right and then send it back over to the left side for the shot that went in.
Christy Vandekamp ties it up for William & Mary, and here it is again.
They draw everyone over, and then Vandekamp was wide open to send that ball into the goal.
8th goal of the year for the junior from Virginia. Defensive player of the year, also could do it on both sides. So it's tied at 1 here in the championship. Delaware now looking for a quick answer.
This is the most dangerous time, though. Right after a goal, you have to make sure that you can keep the defensive unit tight, because you're going to get a lot of pressure coming back from Delaware, because they're going to pick up the intensity and come at you hard.
Delaware missed on the crosser there. They'll go the other way. So William & Mary answering Delaware's goal here in the second half. We anticipated a very well-played game, and that's certainly what we have here so far today. Winner gets an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Delaware looking for its 6th straight title. William & Mary would love to hoist its first trophy here on the campus of the University of Delaware to avenge their championship loss from a season ago. Sneed with it. Far side for the Tribe. Delaware trying to kick it out. Good job by the Blue Hens for the time being, getting some extra room. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go up the other way. Fan CAA wants you to be part of the conversation. Be sure to tag your tweets, posts, and pics about today's action with the official hashtag of the championships, CAA Champs. Top 2 teams in the tournament battling it out. A goal in the first by Femke Streen for Delaware, and William & Mary tying it up thanks to the score from Christy Vandekamp. Delaware now trying to push it up with Lisa Hieseman. Ball rolls out of bounds, far side.
Back in the game for Delaware, number 6, Allie Pollock.
Delaware has been very aggressive offensively all season long, leading the conference in goals per game, but William & Mary in a tight match, and it's just tied at 1 as a great effort by Michaela Scanlon, a senior, diving after that ball, trying to keep it in bounds.
Delaware's really lifted their intensity. You just want to make sure that that doesn't become franticness on the field, that you're overlooking the simple passes, just keep possession and work the ball up and around the defensive unit.
A lot of DeConing now back in the game for Delaware, the CAA Player of the Year. She's been quiet as well. We talked about Greta Knock being quiet, now getting back into the action. There's DeConing trying to tackle it away from Chrissy Vandekamp. William & Mary looking for its first lead. Near the cage, and coming out from it is Sydney Rhodes. A battle here. A lot of 50-50 early in the first half, and now Delaware wins that one and has some breathing room. Under 17 minutes here in the championship. Right here on CAA.TV, Corey Naito alongside Katie Evans. Back and forth battle between two very talented teams.
What's great to see is even with the legacy that the Delaware program has, especially in this CAA conference, that, you know, William & Mary is coming out strong, playing their game, and absolutely digging deep to not give up and just keep fighting every inch.
William & Mary will have the possession. Side hit from the far sideline comes in. Near the near side here. It's Haley Hopkins. Estelle Hughes trying to get between two Blue Hen defenders. Towing the sideline, and it's a turnover. Blue Hens starting to sprint up the field. DeConing with it. It's a foot race. And she won't be able to get there. She slides to the turf. But step for step with her was Haley Hopkins, pardon me.
Great job by William and Mary to defuse that situation because Lotta is so dangerous cutting through that midfield.
Here's the Tribe now. Seems like William and Mary has a little bit more momentum here in the second half, Katie.
They do. They're playing so hard and just playing really simple hockey. It's nothing fancy, but they're taking advantage of the opportunities that they're getting. Delaware, on the other hand, I think just needs to settle down a little bit more. You know, they can play with this intensity, but take better care of the ball. That's what it came down to in the first half as well.
Streen there with the goal to start the scoring today. Delaware taking its time, looking to set something up. Going after it is Verwyan, and she loses the battle. William and Mary now trying to push it. It was 3-on-2 momentarily. Now Delaware able to regain control. DeConing with it. Looking up the pitch and finds a teammate. Vink with it. Delaware inching closer towards the circle. Pass in, and it's too wide for the diving attempt of Michaela Scanlon. Scanlon has been diving after a lot of passes here today.
She worked so hard, and that's a great effort by Delaware to send that ball into the circle. Great risk to take in the attacking 25.
Scanlon, one of 3 team captains alongside Kiki Bink and Lisa Hieseman, showing her leadership there, going all out for the pass. The Tribe looking to make it 2 goals in a row here. Poked away, but William and Mary will keep it. Kara Mangus will hit it from the sideline. 3-sport athlete in high school. Also played basketball and soccer. Goes out of bounds, and it will be the Blue Hens' possession. Streen, one of 9 international players. They are littered all over this roster. Very impressive team that Delaware has put together. Knock bounces into Haley Hopkins, and she hits the turf. Knock hits the high pass, almost got a piece of Cassidy Goodwin. We saw Kiki Bink get hit on the side of the face in the semifinal against JMU for Delaware. That one was close to catching Goodwin.
William and Mary's doing a great job playing really strong on this Delaware attack because I don't think Delaware was expecting this kind of like physicality and strength from William and Mary, and they're looking to get a lot of the calls from the refs, but they're just not getting them because William and Mary is very clean in the way that they do this.
William and Mary showcased its physicality Friday night against Northeastern. Able to win 2-0 over the Huskies on the back of phenomenal defense and timely scoring. Here the defense again very strong for the Tribe. 10 total shots between the two teams, 9 on goal, with Delaware leading in that department. William and Mary, though, with 5 corners to the Blue Hens 4. Into the circle, William and Mary looking, and she finds the back of the board. Goal squeaks through, and William and Mary takes its first lead of the game. Woodard Hooper leading the team in goals now with 12, able to sneak it past Sydney Rhodes in the back left corner of the cage. Delaware will call a timeout to regroup, but the Tribe with 2 unanswered scores here in the championship.
So the trouble is when you leave someone like Vanderkamp open around the hash or outside the circle, she has such great vision. She was able to send the ball in to be tipped for a shot on goal and great job by William & Mary. They just kept up the pressure, and eventually it led to this goal.
Vandekamp with the assist, and Delaware now finds itself down 2-1. And here's a better look at the goal. Well executed by the Tribe.
Yeah, Delaware has to sharpen up their defense in there. William & Mary is doing a great job just really trying to poke the ball through and really playing off of wherever the ball is. They're not waiting for the perfect opportunities. They're creating opportunity out of poor play.
Fans, more CAA championship action coming up next weekend with live coverage on CAA.tv of the 2018 CAA Men's Soccer Championship from the campus of James Madison University. Semifinals will be next Friday night, November 9th at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock p.m. Winners will advance to the CAA Championship next Sunday afternoon on November 11th at 1 o'clock from Harrisonburg, Virginia. It's the 2018 CAA Men's Soccer Championship live next weekend on CAA.tv. Right here, Delaware trailing 2-1. The Blue Hens striking first late in the first half. But William & Mary with 2 unanswered goals. Katie, what is Coach Rolf Vandekerkhoff telling his team right now?
Well, I think you're going to see what this Delaware team's actually made of, the way they come out of this timeout. They're definitely a team that's going to keep fighting. They're very experienced. They've been down in games before and able to come back. But I think Rolf is probably just out there just telling them to tighten up their defense. I think they also have to find a way to get Greta involved because she's so dangerous on the ball and she's been way too quiet this entire game.
Delaware trailing for the first time in this game. They trailed 4th-seeded JMU early in the semifinal game Friday. They were able to score 8 consecutive goals, but this William & Mary team, Katie, not like JMU, much better defensively.
They're so strong defensively, and what I love about them is how great they are counterattacking. So even though they absorb all this pressure from the Delaware attack, when they get the ball up the field, they are creating a lot of chances for themselves and really taking advantage of those mistakes that Delaware's making.
A large group of fans for the Tribe loud here at Rouleau Stadium as they just saw their team go up by a goal here in the middle of the second half. Just over 11 minutes remaining in the game. Hooper with the tackle, trying to get it in the circle. She's near the cage, the crossing pass deflected. But Delaware doing a good job there getting that threat out of the way. Delaware now quickly trying to push it up the pitch. Here's the side hit coming in from Emily Crescio, the sophomore backer. Has started every game this year for the Blue Hens. Wide pass, trying to intercept it was William & Mary. Looked like it was Ella Donahue, unable to get it though on her stick. Here come the Blue Hens. In the circle, weaving her way in was Lotta DeKoning, and she draws the penalty corner.
Great job by Lotta to be able to come in, draw the corner just by knocking the ball into a foot.
Koning, the player of the year, showing why, able to just make something happen, and she knew it right away. And let's see if Delaware can find a response to William & Mary's second goal. Laureen Vink, the freshman, will insert it. You have Lisa Hieseman looking to stop it with a couple of scores on top of the circle. The shot deflected, poked away by Jones. A good glove save there by the freshman, and she's been really impressive today, Katie.
Oh, she's done a fantastic job for the Tribe, especially against people like Lotta DeKoning coming in and Greta Knock taking those shots. But great job by Delaware executing these corners, and that's what they didn't take care of in the first half.
Another look again here for Delaware. Pass was deflected, and then Jones with her left glove able to swat it out of the air for the time being. Another corner, though, coming here for Delaware. It's sixth. looking to tie it up here in the title game. The shot. And it's poked away. Good defense by William & Mary.
So you can see when William & Mary run their defense, they're running a 2-2 box that's very low. So they just sit around the stroke. They take the straight shot, and all they try and do is clear out the rebounds.
Here's Knock looking for a shot. Now it's with Streen. It's airborne, and it goes over the back line. Delaware, though, continuing to pressure William & Mary here. This offense can strike quickly. Have plenty of time, but would love to try and tie it. Verwyen gets a deflected pass in front of the cage. Delaware tries to shoot it. Clearing it out is William & Mary. Cresho with it. It bounces in front of Jones. Cresho again with it. Delaware looking to tie it up. A pass into the circle by Verwyen, and a foul called in the circle.
Amazing job by Delaware just to keep the pressure on William & Mary. William & Mary struggled to clear that ball out, and Delaware was able to send the ball back in 2 or 3 more times.
Another look at it. Verwyen there getting the ball off of the foot of a defender for William & Mary. And Delaware continuing to threaten here in the second half, looking to tie this game up. Rematch of last year's title game has fit the billing so far this afternoon in Newark, Delaware. Vink, the insert, the shot, and it's in the back of the boards. Delaware ties it up. What a shot, what execution by the Blue Hens. And it was Greta Knock. Who else?
Amazing job by Greta, and she's one of these players that can execute in any situation, and that's why she just has to get more involved in this game.
Finding the back of the cage, Kimmy Jones trying to do all she can, and Knock tackled by her teammates, and we're knotted once more, this time at 2 apiece. Kiki Bink and Laureen Vink with the assist. Greta Knock with her 4th goal of the postseason, 3 on Friday, and the game-tying score here in the championship. Contact made near the sideline. It will stop momentarily.
With such a tight game, you know, it's going to get physical, it's going to get intense, emotion's going to run high, so it's really up to the refs to control the emotion before it gets too dangerous. They're just making sure everyone's okay. There was a little bit of a collision in the midfield. They're just resetting the play, and then they're going.
Here it is again, the collision. There's a big hit there. Kayla Scanlon was a part of it. She seems to be all right for the Blue Hens. The player for William & Mary also up and all right.
So after the collision, since there was no clear owner of possession, the ref's now doing a bully at midfield.
Delaware wins the bully. Now trying to push it up. Delaware led this game 1-0 at the half. William & Mary with 2 unanswered goals here in the second half before Delaware able to knot it up thanks to Greta Knock. One of the best to ever play here at Delaware. And the momentum you can start to feel back in the favor of the top-seeded Delaware Blue Hens. Morgan with it. Goes to the near sideline where Cresho's there. The pass is into Streen. She has a goal on the day. Battling for position. The reverse shot, and it's off. It goes towards the back line.
Great ball coming in from the midfield to the forward. You can see great reception. Good job just to get the ball off and onto goal.
Delaware looking to continue their offensive pressure. But now it looks like William & Mary will call a timeout. So William & Mary calls a timeout. Delaware used its timeout earlier this half. And the clock will stop, and Delaware will try and get something going here. Tied at 2, the CAA Field Hockey Championships. We'll be back with more right here on CAA.TV. Back here at Rouleau Stadium, we have a good one if you're just joining us here on CAA.TV. Delaware, the top-seeded team in the tournament, looking for its 6th straight title win. Recently just tied it up against William & Mary after the Tribe scored 2 unanswered goals here in the second half. And Delaware with momentum. William & Mary coming out of the timeout. Katie, what do you think head coach Tess Ellis was telling the Tribe?
She just has to tell them that, they just need to go back to what they're doing, just play good defense, and then work the ball out. You can't have turnovers after you make an interception because that's what led to some of the Delaware goals. For Delaware, this is the team that we expected to see the whole game. So it's nice that they're finally, picking up the intensity and they're attacking prowess. That's what we expected to see earlier on that we didn't.
Knock and Streen with the goals for Delaware. While for William & Mary, it's Vandekamp and Hooper. William & Mary with possession. Annie Sneed back onto the pitch. Flicks it down the field towards the far sideline. Very active second half after only seeing 1 goal in the first half of the championship game. Vandekamp with the goal already, looking for a second. Kicks it out to one of the best scorers on the team for William & Mary, and Estelle Hughes. Hughes trying to get her way through, cannot. Intercepted by Streen. Knock with the game-tying goal moments ago. Passes it up the field. Under 5 minutes remain here in regulation in the 2018 championship for field hockey. Been a back and forth game, started slow, a lot of 50-50 opportunities for both teams. And now the offense is starting to settle in. In the corner for William & Mary. Taken away momentarily, but William & Mary able to get it back, a pass near the circle. Hens trying to clear it.
Back in the game for
Ball goes out of bounds.
Still lots of game left. I know 4 minutes sounds like nothing, but so much can happen in this 4 minutes, and it's really going to be about which team can handle the nerves, keep possession of the ball, because both are so threatening when they do get into the circle.
So William & Mary able to score a key insurance goal on Friday night late in the second half. Both teams tied here. Delaware looking to set something up. William & Mary regains control. Back and forth to Koenig now there. Verwine with it, but a foul called, and it goes the other way. Back and forth, and you said the 3:15 and change, a lot of time. Does it feel like that on the field as well?
I think so. I think it does start to feel like a while because, there's so much back and forth in between. You look up and it's really only been about another 30 seconds.
William & Mary now in Delaware's territory, just outside the 25-yard line.
This is where Delaware just really needs to stay tight on their mark, make sure no one's left open in this circle because like William & Mary's shown, they're very, very dangerous if you give them too much space.
William & Mary with 5 shots today. Delaware has 9. But all 5 shots on goal for the Tribe. Free hit here for William & Mary. Goes out of bounds. Here's a pass towards the circle. Delaware able to get a handle of it. Looking to push it the other way. Middle of the field, the Blue Hens very quick offensively. Picked off there nicely by the Tribe. Under 2 minutes remaining here in regulation for the championship. A foul called against the Blue Hens.
Tough call for Delaware. who's just starting to build some attack out of their defense.
Ball being battled for on the far sideline. William & Mary maintains possession. Tribe scoring 2 here in the second half. Really had a lot of momentum earlier in this half, really forcing Delaware to play with their backs against the wall. A lot of shots in the circle, just presence-wise in the circle for William & Mary. Now it's kind of flipped to Delaware as they look to rely on the home field advantage. Under a minute. See if Delaware can get a quick strike. Pass over to DeConing. DeConing has it. And it gets away. Now William & Mary will have a potential chance. Hughes swings it out. Delaware with some pressure defense now. Moving it up the pitch is Vandekamp. Delaware trying to get it out of that corner. 13 seconds remaining. Delaware hits it down and almost takes out a few members of William & Mary's bench. And William & Mary unable to get anything off, and we will go to overtime. End of regulation. We are tied at 2 here at Rouleau Stadium for the CAA championship game. Delaware led it early 1-0. William & Mary answered, and now we're tied. We'll be back with more field hockey on CAA.TV. Here at Rouleau Stadium on the campus of the University of Delaware. 2 periods not enough. We go to overtime here in the championship game between top-seeded Delaware and the number 2 seed William & Mary. Katie, the second half, very exciting. You see here with Delaware getting a goal set up by Tessa Verwine, the freshman of the year. William & Mary scoring 2 unanswered goals in the second half. And here's one where William & Mary able to tie it up in the back corner of the cage. Delaware then again allowed another goal by William & Mary. 2-1, that goal made it. As you see William & Mary excited and celebrating, but then to tie it up, it's one of the greatest to do it, Greta Knock. Right there with the shot in the back corner of the board. That's where we are right now. 2 goals apiece. We play a 10-minute period of overtime. Katie, these 2 teams certainly battling it out. What does each team need to do to be successful here to try and win this championship?
Well, I think this is a great advantage for Delaware because they have so many players that can create that when you play 7 aside on this field, it really gives them space to do that. They've struggled, though, this game with just keeping possession and executing the basics, so they just need to improve in that area. But I think for William & Mary, you're really going to see their individual defense shine right now.
Well, William & Mary played in 16 games this year, the fewest for the program since 1989, but they played a lot more with them going into overtime. 7 different games this year. They won 4 of those, so they are certainly accustomed to playing the extra period. William & Mary with possession.
They ended the second half with so much intensity and strength on the ball and just pressuring Delaware so well. They just need to make sure they keep doing that in this space.
In the circle, but it goes over the back line, and Delaware will get it.
Overtime really comes down to, well, fitness for sure, and then just executing the basic skills. Really, you don't have to do anything fancy. You have a lot of space, so it's really just making good decisions on that ball so your team can keep possession, just move the ball forward and make the other team work.
Game has fit the billing so far today. William & Mary giving everything it has against the top-seeded Blue Hens to try and avenge the 3-0 championship loss the Tribe suffered a season ago. William & Mary, very physical. Think maybe it might have caught the Blue Hens off guard to start this game, Katie.
Absolutely. I don't think Delaware expected them to come out with the belief that they can really take this game. But to their credit, they've come out strong. They've earned everything that they've gotten, and they're doing a fantastic job out there right now.
They earn a penalty corner here, and we get another look again. Annie Sneed with it, trying to pass it towards the cage, and it got a body part of Delaware. So it will be Cassidy Goodwin, the junior midfielder from Virginia, current member of the U19 junior national team. Here's the pass. Delaware trying to defend it, and it's blocked nicely by Streen. A pass up towards the chest of the goalie, and Delaware trying to get it out, and they do so successfully. Nice job. Here come the Blue Hens. Verwyen with it. Looking for Knock. She's moving up towards the circle. William and Mary able to stop the pursuit. Mentioned William and Mary playing in 7 overtime games. Delaware did not play in 1 this year.
You know, playing 7 overtimes is a lot, but it gives them so much experience coming into this situation right now. Really gives William and Mary an advantage.
Kara Mangas for the breakaway. She tries to shoot, but misses wide of the cage. Nice attempt there, though, by the freshman. Overtime here, the championship, and a ball goes off the foot of Delaware, and another penalty corner coming for William and Mary. It's second of the overtime period, and the 7th of the afternoon for the Tribe. Here's another look.
Great ball into the attacker on William and Mary. Great job just finessing the ball around to earn that corner.
It was Hooper getting it off the foot of the CAA Player of the Year, Lotta DeKoning. William and Mary looking for its first title in conference play. 0-4 in championship games. William and Mary looking to set it up. And the goal, and that is it! William and Mary stunned Delaware on the Blue Hens home turf, and the Tribe win their first CAA title in program history in overtime. William and Mary persevering in scores on the corner. Estelle Hughes with the game winner. One of the best scorers on the team. She sends her team to the NCAA tournament. William and Mary wins the title here in Newark, Delaware. Congratulations to the Tribe on their first conference championship. They avenge the loss against top-seeded Delaware.
You know, William and Mary played great all day. They picked up the intensity. They just kept possession of the ball, played simple, and really did a great job in overtime, just keeping possession, earning the corners. That eventually led to this goal.
First, we would like to recognize the 2018 CAA Field Hockey All-Tournament team. Please come forward as your name is read to receive your trophy. From James Madison, Kara McClure. From James Madison, Ongizwe Molly. From Northeastern, Julia Glias. From Northeastern, Fionn Thompson. From Delaware, Greta Knock. From Delaware, Femke Streen. From Delaware, Sydney Rhodes. From William & Mary, Kimmy Jones. From William & Mary, Christy Vandekamp. From William & Mary, Cassidy Goodwin. And now for the Most Outstanding Performer Award. Recognized for her outstanding play throughout the championship, the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Championship Most Outstanding Performer from William & Mary, Estelle Hughes. The Colonial Athletic Association would like to congratulate all the teams for participating in this year's championship. The runner-up in the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Championship is the University of Delaware. Let's give the Blue Hens a round of applause for their outstanding play all year long. And now for the championship awards and trophy. The Colonial Athletic Association would like to congratulate the tribe of the College of William & Mary, the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Champions. And now for the championship trophy, with the captains please come forward to receive the 2018 CAA Field Hockey Championship trophy on behalf of your fellow teammates and coaches. Congratulations, William & Mary. Thank you for supporting the CAA Athletics and the sport of field hockey. We hope that you will join us again next year for another exciting championship. Thank you for coming, and please travel home safe.